Hi everyone, this is Purnima Mahalingam, and in this video lecture series of electrical machines and drives, next we are going to see the topic about what are the factors which influence the choice of electric drives. Before going to that, what is why what is a successful students needed? So successful student needed these 4 points. First thing is he needed the positive attitude, and he needed professional grooming, and he needed social interactive, and he needed technical skillful. If a student has these four qualities, definitely he is a successful student. Without any doubt, it is a successful student. Okay, thank you. So now today we can go into the topic. So today's topic, what is it? It is what are the factors which influence the choice of electric drives. So now we are going to choose an electric drives. What are the factors we need to consider for choosing an drives? First thing is the nature of electric supply. So first thing is the nature of electric supply. What types of supply we are going to install? And then we know that we have a basic two supplies. One is an AC supply and DC supply. It is used for supply. So based on the supply, also we can choose an electric dress. If we are working with a DC supply, we are going with the DC drives, and we are going with an AC supply, we are going with the AC drives. So what are the main first factor is supply. Okay. So next second factor is nature of the drive. What is the nature of the drive? What is the nature of the drive? So when a particular motor is going for a drive, individual machine or a group of a machine. So nature of the drives. In previous classes, we have seen the types of the drives. So what types of drives we needed, whether it's going with an individual drives or in a group of a machine drives. So based on that also, we need to choose an electric drives. Okay. So the next thing is, main thing is cost. Cost. In this cost, we are having the main four factors. So first factor is what is a capital and running cost of a drive. What is the main thing is capital and running cost of a drive, and how maintenance is required. So maintenance cost is also most important, how the maintenance is required for the drive. And the next thing is space and weight restrictions. So what is the space that is needed, and what is the weight it is needed, because the weight and space is also is a more important. And the last thing is an environment and locations. So in which place we are going to place the drives, and how in which locations, because if it is in dusty locations, we have to choose the drives according to the drives. And if this drives in an AC room, we have to and choose the machines accordingly. So this 4 points is a major factors when we're considering to choose an electric drives. Okay, the next thing is nature of the load. So based on the nature of the load, so what types of the load we are using, based on that we can see, we need to choose the drives. Example, the load, if the load is in a crane, based on that we have to choose the motors, because this is also important factor we need to consider while choosing the electric drives. So in this, first, whether the load requires a light or heavy starting torques. This torques is based on important role. Based on the torque, whether load needs a heavy torque or a light torque, based on that also we need to choose an electric drives. Whether the torque increases with speed, when the torque increases with speed remain constant. Whether the load has heavy inertia, with many requires a long straight line. Heavy inertia which requires the long straight line. These are the based on the load what we are choosing, how the electric drives we are choosing. Okay. The next thing is electrical characteristics of motor. So electrical characteristics of motor and mechanical characteristics of motor. We know that what are the electrical characteristics of motor, and we know that what are the mechanical characteristics of motor. Here, based on the characteristics also, electrical characteristics of the motor also we are in, and mechanical character. And we main thing is where the mechanical character, the torque and speed or the mechanical character. The first is starting characteristics. Electrical characteristics, first thing is starting character. If it's starting, if anything happens and the starting is smooth, we have to see the starting is smooth. If there are any losses in the starting, we have to consider these. You have to choose the motor, electrical drives, and running characteristics. When running, what happens? The running characteristics also based on running. What about the current? What of the speed? What are the torque? We have to consider everything. And speed control, and braking system. These are the major four characteristics of electrical and mechanical characteristics. Okay. Here the next thing is size. Based on the size, first we have to say based on the size and based on the location. We have first based on the size and based on the rating and based on the duty cycles of a motor. Based on this, we have to choose a particular motors. Based on the size, we have the different types of motors. Here we can see where we have the different types of motors for different applications. For different applications of different loads, we have different types of motors. Okay, so whether the motor is going to the operate for a short time, or whether it is run continuously, intermittently, or when it is a variable load, well, based on the load and where of the running time and where of the duty cycles, we have to choose an electric drives. Okay. Mm. Here the mechanical consideration. What are the mechanical consideration we have? Mechanical consideration, the types of enclosures, types of bearings and transmission of drives and noise levels. These are also the important factors we have to consider before choosing a drive. Okay. Due to the particular difficulties, it may not possible to satisfy all the consideration. Yes, we can't consider all the factors because we have to sacrifice in some of the characteristics, sort of the factors. In such circumstance, it is the experience and knowledge background which plays an important vital role in the selection of particular drive. So it's only based on a experience and based on the background knowledge we play that plays an important role in choosing in a particular drives. Here with this, we are closing today's session. And in this today's section, we have seen is what are the factors as needed to choose an electrical drives. What are the factors? What are the important factors we need to choose for an electric drives? What are the factors we have seen is based on the electric supply, whether the AC supply or DC supply. It is based on the nature of the drives and based on the main thing is cost, and next thing is nature of the load. And the next is one of the factors nature of the load, and next is electrical characteristics of the motor, and mechanical based on the size and whether it is running continuously and whether it is running for short time and whether it is continuing with variable loads. With the variable loads, whether the load gets increased, suddenly it get increases and suddenly it get decreases. Based on these factors we are considering, and finally mechanical considering. So as an experienced person and with a background knowledge only we can choose a particular. I hope this video will be useful, and in next video we can meet in next video. Thank you.